I pulled your car over because it matches the suspect. Get your hand in your pocket. What are you, crazy? Get over here. Hey, get over here. Go on, run. Hey, I'm gonna release the dog.
Moving all around, is that you?
That is.
Soon enough, the three of us became inseparable.
I said it as a visual. She was love. She was love of my life. And
21-year-old Samantha Josephson did not deserve this. Stab women from her face to her feet, ear, head, neck.
This is State's Exhibit 186, the bra. Back of the shirt. So this is the left shoe. This strap is still intact, however it was not attached.
She helped me make a lot of the friendships that I still have today. Sammy showed me a whole new and adventurous side of myself, and I will forever be grateful for her and her friendship.
She was a daughter, a sister, a friend, a girlfriend. Over 100 stab wounds. Virtually every drop of blood spilled from her body.
Morning and welcome to the Spring 2019 commencement.
I know she'll be with me every day, supporting me, while also laughing at me every step of the way. Life will certainly never be the same without her, but her legacy will live on, and her name will forever be remembered.
Hi friends, welcome back to another episode. This is another terrifying episode because it can happen to anyone. Don't forget to subscribe, click that notification bell. And it's also an episode I want to take very seriously here. This story follows a woman who we all thought was getting into an Uber, and it wasn't the Uber that she was supposed to take, and it led to her being brutally murdered. I have friends that have almost done this, where they get into an Uber and they think that the driver is the one that's on their app that matches, but they didn't check, and they get in and he's like, no, this is the wrong Uber, you know, I'm waiting for someone else, and they go, oh my gosh, and they get out of the Uber. It's terrifying to think if somebody isn't aware that they're getting in the wrong car, what could happen. I heard of another case, not this case, but I heard of a case previously where the girl had gotten into the wrong car thinking it was an Uber, and the driver went along with it and he kidnapped her. Ever since then, I always check the license plate and I ask for the guy's name and I make sure the car matches. There was another instance, I know we want to get into this case, but there was another instance where the car color did not match that of the car on the app. She ended up being trafficked and they couldn't track it and it was really hard for them to like figure this stuff out because of the fact that the vehicle was different than the one that was on the app. It didn't match. So just be very aware of this. So today's case follows 21-year-old Samantha Josephson. Now, when Samantha went missing, they were actually throwing a party for her. They were celebrating. They were so happy. She was happy. They were celebrating the fact that she got into law school. That is a huge feat in itself, just getting in. And at some point during this celebration, she got tired. She wanted to go home. So she called an Uber, except it wasn't her Uber who arrived to pick her up. So there's actually a video here that shows her leaving the celebration and getting into a vehicle. Now, this vehicle had spun around several times, kind of circling, and when she went to get into the vehicle, the man let her into the vehicle. The police believe she thought this was her Uber, so she got into it willingly, not knowing what was about to happen. And after she got in the vehicle, she realized that there was a child lock on the door. She couldn't roll down the window and she couldn't unlock the door, so she could not escape. So the police realized that this was an abduction. Let's rewind a little bit. So Columbia is home to the University of South Carolina. Everybody here studies, but they also party. And the number one place for all of these students to go to is a bar. And this bar is called 5 Points Bird Bar. All of the students go there on Thursday nights. It's supposed to be like the place to be, you know, how every town, every city, every state has the place to be. For Florida, we have First Friday, where every first Friday of the month, there's this massive party. They have like different places to go. I know all over the bars close at different times. Sometimes it's 3 a.m. Sometimes like in Miami here in Florida, it's like 5 a.m. And they have some places that just stay open all night and day, and it's just crazy. Well, where Samantha lives, the bars close at 2 a.m. So around that time, the streets get really packed. A bunch of people go out there looking for a ride, or, you know, late night pizza runs or whatever. Well, Samantha was one of those people in the crowd. She wanted to go back home. She had come all the way down there from Robbinsville, New Jersey. Now, it said that Samantha was going to be going into law school in May. So they're all excited, they're partying, they're like, yes, let's celebrate. This is a big achievement. This is the start of your life, start of your career. Due to this like happiness and celebrating her, she didn't want to ruin the night. When she got tired, she walked outside into this big crowd looking for her Uber, and she was supposed to take a right. And I don't know if you guys ever felt this way, but sometimes when I have left a party or wherever I'm at, a bar or anything like that, I would walk outside and it's kind of disorienting. It's like you don't know where you are in the streets. You don't know if this street is this one or this one, and it's kind of, it takes a second to kind of reconfigure and see where you are, know where you are and what you're next to and everything. So she takes a left instead of a right, and her Uber is on the right, and he ends up canceling because he felt like he was waiting too long. So he canceled, but she didn't know at this time that he had canceled the Uber, so she's still looking for her Uber. And she takes a left and a car comes up, and she's like, she almost gets into the car, realizes it's not her Uber, and then kind of cancels getting into this vehicle. And so then she goes and she's looking around for her Uber. Now her vehicle was supposed to be a dark colored Dodge, but the vehicle that she ended up getting into was a dark colored Chevy Impala. So both of them are dark colored. So if you're only looking for the color, not the make or model of the vehicle, it could be confusing. Now this vehicle had been circling 5 Points several times now for about 15 minutes, which is odd because he's not talking to anybody. He's not trying to pick anybody up. He's just circling, almost like he's looking for a victim. Gosh, this case breaks my heart. It sucks. It sucks. Mainly because her father had always told her to take an Uber to go home to be safe, which is a good thing for fathers to do. So she ended up going to get in this Uber, and he acted like he was her Uber driver. So she gets in the vehicle, and the windows were too dark. Like they were tinted too dark for the police to see what was going on at all. And he drove off, and he drove off in the wrong direction. So at some point, just imagine you're in the car, you realize that you're going to the wrong place. This isn't the right way to go. Like you're being taken somewhere that's not your home. And once she would have figured that out, she would have realized that the windows have been child locked and the doors have been child locked. She cannot escape at this point. And at some point she was murdered in the back. There are footprints along the windows, and you could see that she struggled. This car took off wherever it was going to go. Her friends didn't call the police until the next day because they just figured she went off somewhere with a friend. She's still celebrating, you know, and they didn't suspect anything at this point. And then it wasn't until the next day that they called the police because they went up to her work. Now she works at a local restaurant in Colombia, and she's always on time. She's always there. She never misses. It's totally unlike her to not show up. And they started getting suspicious, and they're like, no, something's wrong. Something's wrong. So with the suspicion, she actually shared her location with her friends, which I think is an amazing thing. Please do it. Share your location with someone. I always told my friends this, even like some of my newer friends, if they were like dating a lot and everything and just meeting up with random people for dates or whatever, I would be like, just please, if you feel weird about anything, just at least send me your location just for safety. And I think it's really important to do that because if you go missing, no one's going to know what happened to you. No one's going to be able to track you. At least they can track you to some point. Maybe I'm just paranoid. Maybe it's these true crime episodes that got me like, hey, somebody needs to know where I'm at all times. But it's true, in cases like this, it's always good to let somebody know. So one of her friends did have that location, and they looked it up, and they were able to track where she was. But at some point, the location was turned off. and nobody could track her from this specific point. So her friends were like, that's weird too. So they go to the bar that they were at last night, the 7 Points Dog Bar, and they look up surveillance footage. And when they do, they see her getting into the vehicle. And at this point, they know that something happened. That they also know that the Uber, that's not her Uber. So they call the cops. And they're like, it's time to get the cops involved.
Yeah, it's really hard.
911, what's your emergency?
Hi, we were just gonna call to let you know our friend is missing.
So you want to make a missing person report?
Yeah, it hasn't been like 24 hours or anything, but if we could go ahead and do that, like, that'd be really nice.
Yeah, it don't have to be 24 hours if we report anybody missing.
Oh, I don't know why I thought that.
Oh, no.
Okay, yeah.
What's the address? Where are you located?
1426 Main Street.
Is he missing from his address?
We went out in 5 Points last night, and she still hasn't made it home. Her phone's dead. We don't think she, like, went home with, like, a guy or anything. Like, we're, like, actually, like, worried. So, she missed work this morning.
All right. What is your apartment number?
901.
All right. And what is her name?
Samantha Josephson. She goes by Sammy.
Samantha, what's her last name?
Josephson. Josephson.
And how old is she?
21.
She white, black, Hispanic?
She's white with really dark hair. She's Jewish.
Do you know her date of birth?
August, someday in August 13th.
And what's the year?
I guess 1997 would make her, yeah, 1997.
Okay, now, but how tall do you think she is?
Probably like 5'6", maybe close to 5'7".
How much she weigh?
Probably like 145, 150.
And you remember what she was wearing?
She was wearing a bright orange shirt with black pants.
So we got a bright orange shirt and black pants.
Yes.
And how was her hair?
It was straight. It was down at the time. It's about shoulder length, maybe a little longer.
So her hair, like, is it to her neck, shoulder length?
Wait, like the length?
Yeah, you think it's at her shoulder or is it past her shoulder?
A little past her shoulders, yeah.
What color is her hair?
Really dark, close to black.
And y'all was in 5 Points, you said? Last seen in 5 Points?
Yes.
Okay, and what is your name? Alright, we got it. So we're going to send an officer out there so y'all can make that report, okay?
Okay, thank you so much for the help.
You're welcome, no problem.
Alright, bye.
Bye-bye.
So I will say the only good thing about this case is how quick they were able to contact the police and how quick the police were actually able to do something, because this was more than just a missing persons case at this point. Because she got in the vehicle and she was taken away, it became an abduction, and they had proof that it became an abduction or a possible abduction. So they were able to act on this immediately within 10 hours after her going missing. A lot of people that go missing, sometimes they have to wait 24 hours to make sure that the person didn't run away or anything like that before the police can do anything. Due to her friends being able to track her location, I think that also helped. Now, when they were looking at the security footage, they couldn't get footage of his license plate. this driver's license plate. So all the information they had was that it was a black Chevy Impala, and that's all they could put out there to say, like, be on the lookout for this black Chevy Impala. Only other evidence they had was that tracking information from her friend. That's it. That's all they had to go on, was those two things. And because of that, they were able to narrow the search down a little bit, and what they found was that the driver actually tried to use her debit card and her credit cards multiple times at different banks. He tried to use the cards at Wells Fargo, 9 times at another location about 45 miles from that Wells Fargo in South Carolina. And at some point, the Wendy's drive-thru claimed that they saw him, and he had a white sheet covering his back seat. It is now believed that he did that because it covered all the blood from Samantha's killing, and Samantha was no longer in the vehicle at this point. Now, at this point, Samantha's parents have been called, and they were actually on their way. They were driving to come and help with the search and to help find their daughter. And they were about 4 hours into the drive, 4.5 hours. And that is when the police called them with very unfortunate news. And I feel like I'm gonna cry because, oh my God, can you imagine? It's just horrific to be driving with the hope that your daughter is alive, only to, on the way, after 4.5 hours of panic and anxiety and just the determination and will to find your child, get called and told that they received a call from 2 hunters that were out hunting wild turkey, and these hunters came across a body, their daughter's body. I cannot imagine that. That's brutal. That is brutal, because what do you do at that point? Do you continue driving? Do you pull over and just give up? Like, do you go back home? Like, So when they found her, she was covered in blood. Her face was covered in blood, her arms were covered in blood, her legs were covered in blood.
I've cleaned her up. We have cleaned her up, so we washed off blood and things like that might have obscured the injuries. And so we can see a stab wound here, a stab wound here, and a stab wound here, and a stab wound here. So
and the police ended up asking for a picture from the video where she went missing. They ended up getting the picture, and the clothes that she was last wearing matched the clothes on the body that was found. And that was one of the ways they were able to identify her. It was also difficult to identify her in other ways because of what had happened to her. So they just believed that this was Samantha, and now they had to call her little sister, who was still back in New Jersey, and let her know that her sister was dead. The sisters were close, so close. And this is her sister speaking about their close relationship that they had.
Like most sisters, that's just the relationship we had, being spicy and going back and forth, knowing exactly how to push each other's buttons, made me laugh and cry. She made me remember not to take life too seriously. She was so funny without even meaning to be. We had plans to have kids that would grow close together, spend much time vacationing at our future beach house, and taking advantage of the life we thought we could have. Sammy always knew she was included with me and my friends, even when I didn't invite her, but always rallied along, and I loved spending time with her. I'm at a loss right now, and I can't even imagine how to put my emotions into words. Nothing will replace her. Nothing I can say will bring her back.
Now they had to call her little sister, who was still back in New Jersey, and let her know that her sister was dead. And because of how heartbreaking that call was for her sister, and her parents aren't there because they're driving to be there for Samantha. It's not their fault that they couldn't be there, but the fact that they couldn't be there for her and she's all alone dealing with this. The police officer said that he vowed to find the killer. He vowed to do it because he was so heartbroken over this phone call, heartbroken over the family's devastation and what happened to this girl. And at this point, there was so much outrage that the police pretty much went full throttle. Every single police officer was looking for the person responsible for this crime everywhere. No, there's a police officer that said he watched the video 100 times trying to figure it out. There's just police officers looking for every black Chevy Impala. They were determined to figure this out, and they did not stop until they found the person that committed the crime. And they did. And that doesn't usually happen in that city. That's what one of the police officers said, that it doesn't usually happen this way. But everybody came together collectively just as horrified from this whole incident to find the killer. While they were looking for this killer, people were also horrified. They thought there's this killer on the loose, other girls could be kidnapped, things could be happening. Was it one person? Was it multiple people? Who's involved? What's going to happen next? You know, there's terror in everyone. Now, there's a police officer named Jeffrey who was so determined in this case to figure it out that he circled that bar that she went missing at. He circled 5 Points Dog Bar over and over and over, looking for the vehicle that matched the description. And at 2:30 in the morning, he found it. He found the vehicle. And when he approached the vehicle, he could smell coming from the vehicle. And when he looked in the back of the vehicle, he noticed that the car seat was really far back, which was unusual. It was just unusual how it looked. So he asked the driver, "What's going on tonight?" And he asked him for his driver's license, in which he responded with, he doesn't have one on him. And he tells him to step out of the vehicle because he can smell. He tells him that he pulled him over as a suspect.
What's going on, sir? You got your license? You got your license on you? I'm Officer Craddock, Columbia Police Department K9. No, no license on you. Why not? All right, man. Who's smoking the marijuana?
I had smoked some earlier, sir, when I was at home.
All right. All right, man. You're going to have to step on out, man. All right, here's the deal, man. I pulled your car over because it matches the suspect. Get your hand in your pocket. What are you, crazy? Get over here. Hey, get over here. Go and run. Hey, I'm going to release the dog. I can't. I was just going to see if he'll stop. Bravo Mike wearing a gray sweatpants, gray sweatshirt. Walk him up. Doors blocked, 500 block. Nunez, keep going. He's going to be on your left.
You know what we're watching?
It is.
And I know it's moving all around. Is that you?
That is.
Okay. Who is that you're handcuffing?
Nathaniel Rowland.
Why are you handcuffing?
Based off the knowledge I had, he was just a suspect that took off, that ran on foot and failed to stop for police command.
And is that the normal procedure to handcuff someone who's ran?
Correct, that is an arrestable offense.
After this, the driver begins to run. He knows that he is caught. He knows that this is the end. There's blood in his vehicle. Sure, it's covered with a sheet, but that's not going to go far at all. He's found out. He is caught. And he takes off. And the police officer starts chasing him. And while he's doing, he's telling people over the walkie, he's saying, gray sweatpants. He's explaining what this man looks like, what he is wearing. He is so determined to catch this individual. He is locked in. He's like, he's going to be on your left. He's coming up. He's going to be on your left. This and that, giving exact directions of where this man is going. One thing I didn't tell you yet is while he was on this chase, he left the vehicles behind because he knew that was his suspect and he was going to get him. But there was a woman in the vehicle, and you normally don't leave the vehicle because, you know, they could discard evidence. Well, he also knew that this woman would know the name of this man. So while he was chasing the suspect did outrun him, and so he ran back to the vehicle.
What's his name? Nate.
So now they're investigating the vehicle. They're looking through it for any source of evidence, and they do come across it. They find a pink keychain, which wouldn't belong to him. It just doesn't make sense that it would be his keychain. They look on it, and there is something that is used for the students, which matched the victim's description. You know, she was about to go to this university for law.
Hey, do you know what kind of cell phone R81 has?
The one from that was reported today? I haven't heard anything about it.
That's why I stopped it, because it matches the description.
Okay.
I'm finding the girl's cell phone and the girl's keys in the driver's seat.
Yeah, the wheel's mad.
I think we have to go about the 440.
Yeah, that's a pink iPhone. Pink keys with a USB drive. Is it just good for students?
Right, yeah.
And the keys labeled room.
Yeah.
And they also uncovered the blood in the back seat, and all of this is enough to charge him. It's all enough.
Look at the back seat right here.
There's blood all over his car, man.
Yeah, we're not going to touch anything else. Yeah. Just leave what we got for now.
Makes sense now.
The girl in the front seat, and she was unaware of all of this that was taking place. Now, at this point, they did catch the driver. A bunch of officers came to that location immediately, and they all came together to chase him down. And they got him about 2 blocks away from where they initially lost him.
I got him. Get on the ground. Stop moving.
Now they've got him in handcuffs, they're reading him his rights, and he's not really saying anything. He's giving yes or no answers. They tell him, you gotta sit up. I know you're tired from running, you gotta sit up. We're talking to you, do you understand your rights? We're reading you your rights, do you understand? He says yes, and then he says that he has the flu. So they called the EMTs to come check on him, and after that they take him in for questioning. And it is discovered that this man's name is Nathaniel Rowland. He is 24 years old. Throughout this entire time up to this point, he still didn't want to provide his information until after, and they didn't get to know who he was until after they took him in for questioning. Now, during questioning, he claims that he had been in 5 Points Bar, he had been going to parties, he was in that area during the night that Samantha went missing, but he claims that he never went to the New Zealand area, which is where Samantha's body was found, but he claims that he was never in that area at all. And as time goes on, they realize that his parents live in New Zion, in that area. His parents live there, and you don't really go to this place unless you're going there for a reason, because it's so small. There's nothing there to go to. So he goes up there to see his parents, and that's his reason for going up there usually. Now, Samantha's body was found in this area. Now here's the problem. No one saw him getting in or out of his vehicle, and he claimed that somebody borrowed his vehicle. So now the investigators have to prove that he was the one driving the vehicle the night that Samantha went missing and not someone else. Another piece of evidence that was missing was DNA. So it showed that Samantha was not sexually assaulted during her murder. There was no DNA. Rowland's DNA wasn't on her body.
In your 29 years as a pathologist, again, some 10,000 or so autopsies that you've done, do you always find DNA under fingernails?
No, sir.
With the ATM card usage and all of that whole mess, the man that was trying to use the cards had a bandana over his face and gloves. So there was no DNA evidence that they could get. They couldn't see who it was using the cards, so they couldn't say that it was him specifically. And they even checked under the fingernails. They checked under her fingernails, under his, and there's no evidence of each other's DNA on either one. The only evidence they had was her blood and her footprint in the back of the vehicle, and that footprint matched hers to show that it was an intense struggle. Now here's where the case turns a little bit. So there was a woman that was his friend, and she was like seeing Rowland. They had some kind of relationship, friendship thing going on.
Her name was Maria Howard.
She said that she was in the vehicle driving his car, and he started cleaning up his car, and he takes out this knife or this multi-use tool, and it was covered in blood, and he's cleaning all this up, and she's asking him, why is it covered in blood? Why is it covered in blood? And he keeps repeating, mind your own business, mind your own dang business. And she's terrified.
And let's just be honest, did y'all have a sexual relationship?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you go to 5 Points?
No.
Did you all go to bars at all?
No.
Do you know if he liked to go to bars?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Because he always talked about 5 Points.
And what did he tell you about 5 Points?
It was lit.
And what does, in case people don't know, what does it's lit mean?
It's so good. It's a place to have a good time.
And were you at that time going to 5 Points?
No.
Why not?
Because I was working double shifts and I didn't have time to party no more.
So I'm going to move you to Thursday, the 28th of March 2019. Were you two seeing each other at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you were working at McDonald's, I believe you said?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell the jury what you all did that. Was he there when you got up that morning?
No.
Did he stay over during this time period that you knew him? Would he spend the night with you?
He was supposed to, but he never came back.
What do you mean he was supposed to?
Like, he was telling me, I'm going to stay tonight, and then he just didn't.
How do you know that?
Because if I wake up, the cover was still the way that I put it, and he wasn't there.
Would you all go to bed together?
No.
Where did you expect him to stay if he was staying with you?
In the living room.
And while we're talking about who was staying with you, was anyone else living with you at the time?
Yes, ma'am.
Who else was living?
My daughter's cousin.
What's her name?
Naisha.
Okay. Did anything happen with Naisha during this time period?
She just didn't follow my rules, so I tried to get her evicted.
This is important because the reason they actually found her and were able to bring her in to testify is because they found that notice, that eviction notice, in his vehicle. And if they did not find that, they would not have found her.
What do you mean by follow your rules?
The guidelines in my house.
Which were what?
The cleanliness.
So what was she not doing that abided by your cleanliness?
She wouldn't clean up, and her daughter had urinated on my daughter's floor, and it had my whole house smelling.
So you wanted to do what based on that?
Get her put out. I wanted her to leave.
So what did you do?
I went and typed a letter up, and I was going to get it notarized.
And where did you put that letter?
In the glove box of his car.
What kind of car did he have?
A black Impala.
Did you ever see him drive a different car?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And did you ever see him let anyone else drive that Impala?
Besides me, no, ma'am.
And when you drove it, was he with you or let you drive it alone?
He was with me.
Thursday afternoon into Thursday night, where are you at?
At home.
With who?
Nate.
What are y'all doing?
Watching TV.
Earlier you said he didn't sleep with you. Did he sleep with you that night? And by sleeping, I mean literally going to sleep in your bed.
No.
Okay. Where were you?
In my bed.
Where was he when you went to sleep?
Downstairs.
And what was he wearing?
A gray Nike hoodie with the drawstrings and like the windbreaker sweatpants.
What color were the sweatpants?
Like a navy blue.
And when you go to sleep, he's downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
You positive of that?
Unless he left. Because he's good about leaving.
Is he there when you wake up?
No.
And what time did you wake up?
I have to be to work around 7. So I wake up around 5:30, 6 o'clock.
What did you expect?
Him to be there.
Why?
Because he told me he was going to be there when I wake up. And by the time I got off the phone with my mom, he was pulling in the driveway.
Was it after you were supposed to have already been at work?
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you do when you see him?
I went outside. I asked him for my work hat.
And tell the jury, what's your work hat?
It's a sun visor with an M on it.
And where had you left that visor?
In the back window.
Of what?
His car.
And when had you left it there?
The day before.
Did you ask him about that?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did he tell you?
That it was in the country.
And what did you say to that?
Why would it be in the country?
And what did he tell you?
It had blood on it. Why would the hat have blood on it?
And what did he tell you? You tell me.
Mind my business.
Mind your business. Did you ask him again?
Yes.
And what did he tell you?
Mind my business.
Does he take you to work?
We went to the convenience store because he had to get gas on Leesburg.
Okay. And what, if anything, did you notice about the car at that point?
That it was like dry blood in the car.
Where in the car?
On the dashboard and beside the seats.
When you say the dashboard, what are you talking about?
Where the airbags are.
Like the console, the
Yes,
bicycle
ma'am.
console? Okay. And where else did you see blood?
In the back seat.
In the back seat. Was anything else in the back seat?
It was a sheet over the back seat and the back of the driver's seat.
And how do you mean there was a sheet?
It was kind of like covering, but it wasn't all the way covering the seat.
Okay. Was it like draped on the seat so you could see the outline of the seat, or was it above the seat? Or describe
Just like
that.
through over the seat where you can't see.
Okay. Could you see anything in the back seat besides the sheet?
Blood.
Where did you see blood then?
On the seat.
On the seat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not the part that was covered, or was it under the? Could you see through the sheet?
Like the part of the seat that wasn't covered, you could see blood.
What did you do when you saw the blood?
I asked him, why is it blood in the car? Did you hit a dog?
And what did he say?
Mind my business.
Did he tell you he hadn't had his car all day?
No.
Did he tell you where he'd been other than being in the country?
No.
So what did you do based on that?
After that, I went to work.
And who was supposed to pick you up from work that day?
He was supposed to pick me up.
How did y'all decide that?
I told him what time that I got off, and he said that he would be there to pick me up.
And I'm gonna need you to say that again because you mumbled a little. Okay. And before that, did he tell you what he was going to go do while you were at work?
Clean his car.
Did he have your keys?
Yes.
Why did he still have your keys?
Because I was worried about getting to work, and he looked like he was sleepy, so I let him get the key to go in the house to go to sleep.
Did you all talk about him being tired or sleepy?
No.
Okay. You just thought he was.
The way he looked.
And so you go to work. How did you get home if he
A
didn't?
coworker brought me home.
Coworker brought you home.
Mhm.
Is that out of the ordinary for a coworker to take you home?
No.
But this day, that wasn't supposed to
That
happen.
wasn't supposed to happen.
So what did you do when you got home?
I bammed on the door
Why?
because I didn't have my key, and he didn't pick me up from work, and I was mad.
All right. And I just realized I didn't ask you something. When he picked you up, what was he wearing? When he picked you up to take you to work, what was he wearing?
The same clothes.
The same clothes from when?
Thursday.
When you got home and banged on the door, did he answer?
Yes.
And what happened when he came to the door?
He looked shook,
And what do you mean by look shook?
like he seen a ghost.
And how did you bang on that door?
Hard, like the police.
Banged on it like the police.
Mm-hmm.
And when he looked shook?
Mm-hmm.
He showed up?
Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
What did he have on when he came to the door looking shook?
The same clothes.
And what did you do once you got in the house?
I went and took my shower and everything from work.
So what did you do after you got out of the shower?
I put my clothes on and I went outside,
And what was he doing?
cleaning the car,
Did you all cleaning the car how?
like scrubbing it with something.
Could you tell what he was cleaning it with?
It smelled like, the car smelled like chlorine.
And I'm gonna break that down. You say it smelled like chlorine. When did you first notice it smelled like chlorine? When you were going to work or after you
After I got off work.
You said you went outside. Were you standing by the car? Like how?
Yes, ma'am.
So what were y'all's plans that day?
To go to my mom's house.
You said, and I interrupted you, you said he was cleaning and you could smell chlorine?
It was bleach, but it was so strong it smelled like chlorine.
Did you see him in the car cleaning or what did you see?
The bleach bottles on the seat and the doors open.
All right. Did you help him clean?
No,
Why not?
it's not my car.
Do y'all get back in the car?
Yes, ma'am.
And at that point, who's driving when you get back in?
I was.
Why?
I needed to go to my mom's house and get my rent money.
And while you're driving, what is he doing?
Cleaning the car, still.
Still clean. With what?
Like some type of wipes.
Did you ask him about that?
Yeah.
What'd you ask him?
Where do you get them from? Why are you cleaning the car with wipes?
What'd he say?
Not my business.
And what, if anything, does he have on his hands when he's doing this?
He had like the surgical gloves.
What do you mean by
The
surgical?
blue surgical gloves.
And did you see him clean anything besides the interior of the car?
This little hunter's knife-like thing.
What is that?
The thing that he was cleaning.
And does that fairly and accurately depict the way it looked when you saw it?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, they also had surveillance footage from Wendy's, which also showed the sheet in the back, and it matched the story of the person that worked at Wendy's, their account of what they saw of Rowland driving in the car without Samantha in the vehicle and the sheet covering up the blood in the back. So now they start investigating her home, and when they do, they were looking for evidence to make sure that her story was true, and they go out to the trash can, and what they find in the trash is the knife that he used, and it was wrapped in a lot of plastic bags. And they found his bloody clothes that he had been wearing for a few days. They found wipes that he used and paper towels that he used to clean up his vehicle. And they found a black jacket. And when they look at the back of this black leather jacket, there are nail scratches, as if somebody was scratching him for freedom, scratching him during some kind of struggle.
She has a number of stab wounds on what I would call the flank area. So in this area of her back. These wounds, one of these goes actually into the lung. And here, I believe that the blade hit the skull and then was deflected, and that's what created this dog leg. But that helps me to tell this is a single-edged knife, so it's not a double-edged weapon, and that the heel of the knife, the flat part of the top, is here, and the cutting edge is there. So it orients the knife relative to the body.
So Dr. Bieber, as I hand to you again, State's Exhibit number 225, I'm going to give you these gloves if you like. Holding State's Exhibit number 225, that to you. That weapon, as you compare it to the actual sharp force injuries that Ms. Josephson sustained, tell us what your opinion is.
So this knife has the two parallel blades, and it would be stabbed like this. So, this knife fits. These are single stab wounds, so the knife would have to be like this for these. And it has a flat part here, so the flat part would be like this. This one has a flat part too. This has a more serrated edge to it, and that leaves distinctive markings on the edge of the wound sometimes. I don't want to get into it, but I think this might be where this part of the saw blade was used.
You know, I lost the love of my life that day.
This is State's Exhibit 186, the bra. Back of the shirt. The front of the shirt. So this is the left shoe. This strap is still intact. However, it was not attached to the front of her left foot. This top strap was still buckled and attached around her ankle, and it was just dangling with the buckle. This is the right shoe. And this, you can see the strap is damaged. And same thing with the right shoe. It was attached above her ankle with the buckle around her ankle, above her ankle on her leg.
21-year-old Samantha Josephson did not deserve this. She was a daughter, a sister, a friend, a girlfriend, and a future law student. With someone who had her whole life in front of her. All of it there for the taking. She didn't deserve this. Stab wound from her face to her feet, ear, head, neck, dragged into the woods and left alone, covered in her own blood, to rot. Piece of trash. She didn't deserve this. That Nathaniel Rowland must be held responsible for his actions. Over 100 stab wounds, virtually every drop of blood spilled from her body. She was confined. She was unable to get out of the car.
Now, in the end, during this court trial, after everyone testified with their story, Nathaniel Rowland was charged.
The evidence in this case was, I chose the word an avalanche of evidence, and now I've seen it repeated a few times. I've heard it repeated. But the evidence in this case was so overwhelming. The law enforcement in this case did the best job of investigating a case that I have seen over the past 30 or 40 years. And whatever tragedy that causes these demons to reside within your soul and spirit, I don't know. Maybe at one point in time, since this is not a death penalty case, they can be exorcised out of you. The terror imposed on their child and the pain and grief that you have caused. She was an amazing person, an amazing human being. And the testimony is here. And she obviously put up an amazing fight against you and left a sufficient trail for the jury to see what you did. But there's no perfect crime. These days, with forensic evidence, and sentencing in this case is not difficult. The sentence in this case is easy, though painful it may be. The sentence of the court for murder is that you be committed to the State Department of Corrections for life. Any other sentence that can be imposed will be concurrent with life. Since you only have one life, that sentence must be served for the remaining days of your natural life. That's the sentence of the court.
Now, Nathaniel Rowland would not receive the death penalty even though his family fought for it.
I have repeated nightmares and visions of him, the monster, stabbing her. I have visions of her foot on the back window. I have visions of her screaming and fighting. I have visions of her taking her last breath. Judge, I only wish we could inflict the same or more pain he inflicted upon Sammy. Please, I beg you, please, give him life and never see the light.
Now, Nathaniel Rowland was sentenced to life in prison for the killing of Samantha. This case is just heart-wrenching. What his family talked a little bit about what they went through after he was convicted and how painful it had been to lose her. And I just feel so bad for them. I feel so bad because nothing can bring back their daughter, and that sucks. I'm glad that they caught him, because imagine he's just loose. If he gets away with this, he'd probably try again.
Words cannot express the anguish our family and friends have endured since he kidnapped and brutally murdered Samantha. From the day I found out I was having Sammy, I was in love with her. As a mother, you worry and pray that your child will be safe, happy, and healthy. When she was sad, I was sad. When she was happy, so was I. Her dreams were my dream, and her death was my death. I close my eyes and I feel what she endured at his hands 120 times. Over and over and over, fighting for her life, locked in his car. I used to have dreams for her. Now all I have are nightmares 120 times. The final moments
her bare feet kicking and fighting for her life. I visualized the blood flowing from her body, her beautiful body, 120 times for what? The $35 a college student has in her bank account? The loss of Sammy is beyond words. There'll be no more birthday parties, backyard gatherings, holiday celebrations, or activities to share with her. I was planning my trip to Columbia in 2019 to watch my daughter graduate from college. Instead, I went to Columbia to gather her belongings. I cannot watch my daughter graduate from law school, get married, or have children, all of which were her dreams. Her laughter, hugs, guidance, advice, and opportunities to tell her I love her are gone. Our family of four is forever broken. All I have are memories of the past and thoughts about what her final moments on earth must have been like. He erased my future with Sammy, but he cannot touch my memories. The excruciating pain he put her through is unimaginable. I pray that when Sammy closed her eyes, she thought of beautiful things. His evil face was not the last thing she saw before she took her last breath. I pray that her grandparents and uncle wrapped her in her loving arms. In 1 second, our lives changed. I miss her. Everything she touched was better because she made it so. The lessons she taught me as a mom are carried through me forever. She brightened up the day with her smile. The pain and loss are beyond words. He changed me forever. The heinous and brutal crime could have happened to anyone. Sammy was a reflection of everyone's child. Sammy had a bright future. She worked hard to accomplish her goals. She was kind and compassionate and would never hurt anyone. She did not prey upon others. I walked hand in hand with her throughout her 21 years. Her death sliced through my heart. Now I see sadness in ordinary days. I miss her heartfelt laugh. I am breathless and I want my Sammy. Such a heinous, vicious crime. Why? I spent the last 2 years asking myself that question. He cut out a piece of me. I'm bleeding silently. You don't see it. I try to move forward each day, but forever will be broken. One cannot explain the grief my family feels. There was no warning, no time to say goodbye, no time to tell Sammy all the things I would have wanted to say, no time to kiss her Kepala. We were thrown into this world of terror. My world is now incomplete. Nothing but memories can fill the emptiness of Sammy's passing. I miss her precious voice, her giggles and humor. I long to know that she closed her eyes and visualized her family in peace and not his face. I will never comprehend why he did what he did. I try not to dwell on how she died. Rather, I want to remember how she lived, but I'm not there yet. I had the gift of being Samantha's mother for 21 years. I despised everything about him. His eyes glaring at my family during the trial told me everything I already knew about him. He is pure evil. Samantha fought for her life because her life was worth fighting for. I wish I could gather the broken pieces of my heart. I am breathless. I want my Sammy. The ache that spreads throughout my body hurts more each day. I cannot fully express how it feels to lose a daughter. The ache, the longing, endlessly tearing me up inside. He's a monster, he's evil and pathetic. The excruciating pain he put my daughter through is unimaginable. I am shattered, angry, and heartbroken. His ruthless, violent act took a bright light out of my universe and changed many lives forever. He stole my beliefs. However, I pray every day. I pray that he feels Samantha's pain. I pray that he get what he deserves under the law. I pray that he never has a chance to hurt anyone ever again. Everyone has choices. He may not like them now, but it was his choice to kidnap and murder Sammy, and he will have to face the consequence of his choices. I ask the court, I ask your honor to impose the strictest sentence upon him so that he may never walk the streets as a free man again for the rest of his life.
Thank you. I don't have anything written prepared today. All I can say is that I pictured this day for 28 months. The sleepless nights, the constant night terrors, even waking up all the way down the hallway from where my bed is because I'm such an active sleeper now. Constantly paranoid, constantly afraid. Samantha's parents and her sister have shared with me that they lost a piece of themselves. I lost the love of my life that day. I'll never forget the last words that I spoke to her that night when she was with her friends. As I said before, I told her to enjoy the night. She deserved it. She had just gotten into law school. Couldn't be more excited for what she had in front of her. What sticks with me to this day, and it's what he took from me. She said to me, you are my person. And to me that represents, that we wanted to spend the rest of our life together. I had my plans to move up to Philly with her, to be close to her, to spend time with her, and we were going to tackle life together. Your Honor, this girl that I wanted to marry, I will never find a love like that ever again. And it's because of the defendant standing right there. He took all that from me, and the constant anguish and sadness that I see this family and everyone here that you see behind me, and even more. The pain that they have to endure every day, the texts that I get at 3 a.m. that someone's afraid to get into their Uber. They call me to sit on the phone with them until they get home. That constant paranoia that's instilled in them every day because of this man. And probably many other young females and males out there as well that are out drinking and just trying to have a good time. I just reiterate all that he's taken. You've seen the sadness this week and last week. I would ask for the strictest sentence possible. That's all I have to say. Thank you. Thank you.
She helped me make a lot of the friendships that I still have today. Sammy showed me a whole new and adventurous side of myself, and I will forever be grateful for her and her friendship. Soon enough, the three of us became inseparable. I know she'll be with me every day, supporting me, while also laughing at me every step of the way. Life will certainly never be the same without her, but her legacy will live on, and her name will forever be remembered.
I said it as a visual. She was love. She was love of my life. And
morning and welcome to the spring 2019 commencement.
Honor the life and legacy of Samantha Josephson, our cherished 21-year-old senior and political science major, whose life was tragically taken from us in March. Samantha's family was here today, and Samantha received they received on her behalf her degree, her diploma posthumously. There's a seat reserved in the first row today, draped in regalia in memory of Samantha and other students of our Carolina family that we've tragically lost this year. Fellow Gamecocks, we must ensure that what happened to Samantha will never happen to any college student in the land or any person ever again. We'll ask, what's my name, before getting into any rideshare vehicle. That will certainly save lives. All together, what's my name? Class of 2019 on the count, or any person ever again. We'll ask, what's my name, before getting into any rideshare vehicle. That will certainly save lives. Class of 2019 on the count of 3 as a pledge to ourselves for our personal safety and to honor Samantha Josephson. Why don't we repeat on the count of 3 all together? What's my name? My name is Samantha Josephson. 1, 2, 3. What's my name? My name is Samantha Josephson.
And that is the end of this true crime story. I hope you guys stay safe out there. Make sure you're checking your Ubers. Make sure you check that it's the same make and model, same license plate, and make sure you ask the name of your driver and that it matches the name on the Uber app before you enter a vehicle. No one would be upset if you do that. They would be very understanding unless they're a very bad driver and you don't want to use them anyway. So make sure you check all the boxes before you enter the vehicle at all times. Stay safe out there. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, click that notification bell, comment down below any cases that you want me to cover here coming up.